Good evening, individuals. It's Sap back again with yet another Florida man story, again involving a machete and probably methamphetamine. Let's be real, look at this picture. Let me read the headline. Florida man threatens to kill man with kindness, but not the usual kindness you're used to in Florida, getting a gator inserted in your rectum or whatever kindness they have over there, but instead uses a machete named kindness. And so right off the bat, you can always immediately draw the conclusion that there must be substances involved, whether they're meth, flakka, coke, or whatever else, but probably something strong like meth. But if you look at this picture, he also has a blood stain on his forehead. But as always, for some reason, the article never actually mentioned what the toxicology report has found, which substance. But I'm curious, of course, because not trying to, replicate the actions of using a machete named kindness, being on a substance and threatening to kill somebody. But I'm always curious, of course, what makes an individual do something like this. Or if it's just the humidity over there in Florida. I don't know, but let me read the article. Milton. Is that not Milton from Office Space, the guy who is is as mentally stable as Logan Paul? Who, yeah, if you've seen the Office Space movie, you know, but this is not the Milton from the movie, I guess. A Florida man threatened to kill someone with kindness and then later cut a man with a machete. Okay, so he didn't just threaten, he also did the act. And then later cut a man with a machete with the word kindness written on the blade. So, usually this is something you would expect of an edgy 12-year-old in a Call of Duty game lobby to say, I'm gonna kill you with kindness. That's actually the name of my machete. L bro, W Riz, TikTok. But this guy does definitely look a little bit older than 12. He's probably once 12 years old. 12-year-olds. Wouldn't surprise me, look at this guy. But the point I'm trying to make is, who the fuck as an adult would try to pull a joke? I'm gonna kill you with kindness, brother. And it's actually the name of my machete. And he even wrote it on the machete, as the article said. Definitely seems like a mature individual. And I'm not claiming to be as mature as my age, or necessarily mature, or whatever the fuck I'm saying. But if you're that age and you're walking around with a machete with the name kindness on it, you probably should be, what is it called? What is the English word for that? Not executed, but being admitted to a mental hospital, I guess. So the Florida man threatened to kill someone with kindness and then later cut a man with a machete with the word kindness written on the blade. Bryan Stewart, 30. Okay, so I just told you about him being a massive man-child. It does actually confirm that being 30 years old and writing kindness on a machete, it's actually true what I just told you. Of Milton was overheard by neighbors Friday telling a person inside his home that he was going to kill him with kindness. Again, what I just told you about the Call of Duty game lobby trash talking, what usually 12-year-old edgelords Reddit browsers do. Well, not just Reddit browsers, also X, Twitter, whatever it's called now. He was on a Friday inside his home. So it could actually be possible that he was talking to someone. Well, so he must have been talking to somebody. Well, not necessarily over the internet. Maybe there was another person physically there, but he probably was playing fucking Call of Duty and trying to be edgy. But in this case, he was actually serious about it, which is rare. When a neighbor went to the home to ask Stewart to keep down the noise, Stewart raised a knife in the man's direction, according to the Pensacola News Journal. A second neighbor stepped in front of Stewart. How many neighbors do they have coming over to Bryan Stewart, the man-child's home? He apparently is doing it often, making a lot of noise and pulling machetes on people. And probably, again, being naked. Like many of the Florida man stories, if you watch any of my videos, like 90% of them involves a Florida man that's naked. So, yeah, of course it's because of the weather. A second neighbor stepped in front of Stewart to protect the first man and was cut by Stewart with a machete that had kindness written on it. The man suffered a half-inch cut on his hand. Question, and nobody's going to answer, but does that mean attempted murder? Because I'm pretty sure that in America, in general terms in the conservative states that whipping, or even just not even hitting somebody, but trying to slash them, not hitting them, but trying to slash them with a machete, definitely classifies as attempted murder, I think. Stewart, who police say smelled of alcohol and also Doritos, Cheetos, and probably Mountain Dew, and fucking not showering for 10 years with wank stains on him, I'm afraid, was arrested and placed in the back of a patrol car. Immediate question, like the last Florida man reviewed: did he try to chew and eat the backseat of the police car? That's what another Florida man did. He was caught for cocaine use and dealing, or having like large quantities of it. I don't know if he was particularly dealing at the time, but he was brought into the police car and he ended up chewing and eating the backseat. Nice, bro. Get your fucking vitamins. That zinc, magnesium, and Ali Tonkat, aka fucking whatever nutrition there is in the back seat of a police car. After kicking and banging his head inside the vehicle, Stewart was stunned with a taser. That's lovely. The unfortunate thing, though, however, that it's not included in the article, the video, because we all want to see this fucking wank stain get tased in the backseat of the police car. And again, he was only... Well, the police say he smelled of alcohol, and like it began this video, it's always curious. You want to know what else was in his system, or how fucked up is the prefrontal cortex in his brain, or does he even have a brain? Is it just an empty head filled with Mountain Dew? Because you want to know, not to replicate it, but you're just interested what substances makes people behave that way. Stewart was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to kill and aggravated battery. So again, like I told you, it's not the same as attempted murder, I guess, but this is going to land you in jail with serious fucking length, right? This is probably going to be... When California had 0 years, you actually get compensation for what happened because the cops tased you, so you should probably get 10 million. But in Florida, probably you would go to jail for at least 5 years, I think, but maybe even 10, maybe 15. That, I don't know. Thank you for watching anyway. I hope you will not use a machete in the future that has the word kindness on it. And if you do, probably 12-year-old talking trash in a Call of Duty game lobby. Being an edgy, but this guy is fucking 30 years old and he's still behaving this way. Well, he's not actually, that's the one thing. He didn't actually joke about it, like, I'm going to kill you with kindness, my machete, but he did actually have a machete in the house with the word kindness written on it, and he was intending to chop somebody up. So I guess he wasn't just talking trash, but it's still man-child behavior. But now he's getting penetrated in the jail showers, I'm afraid, or prison. But they'll say it's with kindness. So thank you for watching.